breath here. Now they are going to be doing tumbling. We're going to have the corduroy chorus now. And this is one of our old acts. I think it came originally from the 60s, and then it worked itself into the 70s, and then the 80s, and all these old people are going to be...
I don't know.
Wait a minute, they're getting themselves together now. This is the first time they knew. Did you get a match? Let's give her a hand. Great. The last time we did this, she's a brave woman. The last time we did this, we found a pair of her husband's socks, or at least one of his socks, in my husband's drawer. And we've not been able to explain that for many years now, and so she's still speaking to me, and we're still on good terms. And Bruce, I don't know how your sock got in my drawer.
Where's George?
George? Is he changing?
Jim, you got quarters.
We need a voice, is what she needs a voice.
We don't know. We're just
This is very impromptu. Phyllis, you can see the shock on Phyllis's face.
Let's have everybody.
This is
Does
true.
anybody else in the audience have corduroy on?
Nope.
Aren't you glad you didn't?
Everybody, just a minute. Let me explain what the idea here is. See, you know when you walk in corduroy, how it swishes, you know? Well, we're all going to be up here swishing.
No
okay?
way.
And I'll hold the mic.
And you all are going to sing the words to the song for us, okay? While we swish. Phyllis will lead.
Corduroy makes such percussion. Corduroy is lots of fun. If you've got your pants and jackets, you don't even need a drum.
Come on.
Got it?
Everybody.
All together now. The first verse. Corduroy makes such percussion. Corduroy is lots of fun. If you've got your pants and jackets, you don't even need a drum. All you have to do is shuffle, keep your knees and elbows in. You will hear a wondrous chorus as your clothing starts to sing. Corduroy makes such percussion. Corduroy is lots of fun. If you've got your pants and jacket, you don't even need a drum. That is how we keep our rhythm as we sing our simple words. All you need is singing clothing as we call them vocal cords.
That was just wonderful. Agenda is a very serious operetta that I'd like to just sort of get the audience a little bit calmed down in the operetta type attitude. If everyone could please sit erectly in operatic type audience position. And we would like to welcome Dick Rundle. You know, this is a little hard doing acts very close together. He's going to have a little drink here. Thank you, Dick, for coming.
Yes.
What's this?
I was chosen. I lost my voice. We may have trouble with the opera. Might improve it. But we do have a few moments of introduction. I was chosen to introduce this opera. This was an opera by Fulla B. Loni, a very famous Italian composer. It was kind of lost for a period of time, and then some people accidentally discovered it, and you all won't be able to sit over there during the opera. and when it was discovered, it was performed for the first time at our Untalent show a number of years ago.
What year was that?
Well, it was a long time ago. And this opera is done in the original Italian language. The first scene opens in the home of Professor von Hutt, a German professor who teaches it. He is probably world famous, but at least very famous in Europe. And he was asked to come to the college in this small town in Italy to be in charge of the food and beverage handler training program, to teach people. And so they go through this program, they get a license, and they'd be able to work in restaurants. And we know Italy is full of restaurants over there with all this Italian food. And so he was in charge of this program. And unfortunately, he felt the most ravishing, beautiful student who entered the program, Maria Lapisa, and to him, she was gorgeous. He could hardly contain himself preparing his lessons, thinking about her. He couldn't concentrate during the lessons, and then afterwards, all he could think about was her. He couldn't even think about the next lesson. And so he decided, he contained himself through the first half of the fall semester. And then, this is when we enter, when he's finally decided he has to declare his love to his beloved Maria. And so we find him in his home, and he decides to write it to her in a letter. And then, scene 2, we find Maria getting a letter from Professor Hutt, and Maria is a young woman of the turn of the century who understood the class system as it was in Europe, and she understood that someone who was going to work in a restaurant and have a food and beverage handler's permit could not possibly marry a professor. It was impossible. You couldn't do that. And so as much as she cared about him and respected him, we find in scene 2, she gets his letter, she becomes distressed about this because it's so impossible. And so she writes back to him, telling him that this is an impossible situation. She can't return his love. He's a respected professor and she's just a food and beverage handler. And so the next scene, scene 3, we find the professor again at his home, having gotten the news, very distressed, doesn't know what to do, but he is, after all, he is a professor. And we know professors have ultimate wisdom if they put their minds to concentrate, and that he does. And he resolves a way to change the situation. And so this is the classic twist that we find in so much of the literature of the past, where he decides to resign his position, to take a job as a busboy in a restaurant so that they then are of the same class. Meanwhile, we find scene 4 opening up, And Maria unexpectedly becomes wealthy. And so they no longer are of the same class again, and she has to say no again. But then there is a happy ending, and at the end of the opera, I'll explain what that was. Some of you may figure it out. But this, with all due respect to Full of Baloney, I'll get the stage ready, and then we'll try to start. I'm not sure if my voice is going to do this. Now the stage hand.
Oh,
the happy ending of it all was that Maria Lupiza and Professor Von Hutt decided, since she was wealthy and he was not, the only way to bridge the class difference was to go to America. So they moved to America, got married, and opened a famous set of restaurants that are here and there across the country. So maybe you've heard of them. Pizza Hut,